is the Calgary Tower?
The Calgary Tower. It's basically just highest point in one of the highest points in the West Coast, I believe.
Are Canadians different from Americans in any way, do you think?
Well, yeah, they do have they are different, but that we're also alike, you know. Everyone's got to be alike in some small way. So,
Did you stay with a Canadian family at all while you were there, or not? No.
Not with the family.
Uh-huh. Had you traveled outside the United States before?
Yes.
Where have you been before?
I've been to Italy, I've been to Spain, I've been to England, Wales, where else? Is that it? I think that's it.
Is this on the same program or a different program? Or just the family?
The family
Family
program.
program, right.
With my parents.
Is traveling, what is useful about traveling and getting to know other people, do you feel?
You just get to learn lots of things. You just get to learn lots of things about the other cultures, and you get to have lots of fun because when you're in a different country, you sort of just want to try new things and stuff.
Okay. And would you travel again if you had the chance?
Definitely.
Any particular country that you'd like to go back to?
I would love to go back to Italy and to England and to Wales and stuff, but I really want to go to Australia and Egypt.
Great. Where did you go?
We went to Switzerland, Germany, France, Belgium, Netherlands, and England.
Do you feel like traveling like that is a useful and worthwhile thing to do?
I felt it was.
What was it about it that you liked?
Being able to see different sites that I've never seen before and meet new people and new friends from other countries and other states.
Does the traveling give you a better understanding of other cultures, do you feel?
Yeah, it's a lot better than what we've learned in school about other cultures. It's a lot more educational.
What kinds of things come to mind when you say that? Do you have anything specific?
Like the culture in Germany, the way they depicted it in school was nothing like how it really was. Like the people and like their way of life, it's really more modern and not how I thought it would be at all. It's a lot more interesting.
Would you recommend a trip like the one you took to other people?
Yeah, I already have. My little brother.
Great. Thank you.
Switzerland, Germany, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and England.
Now, were you just partying the whole time you were there? Or,
No.
No? Wait, did you stay with a family for a few days?
No, we stayed at a guest house instead of a homestay.
And what did you feel was useful about taking a trip like this?
I thought it was useful because you get to learn stuff and get to do opportunities that you probably wouldn't be able to do if you just went over there with yourself or whatever. So that was fun.
With yourself, now what do you mean by that? You mean
If you just go by yourself and don't exactly know what you're doing, because with this stuff you have other people and a tour guide to help you with stuff.
do you feel like you learn anything about the other cultures that you visit on a trip like this?
Yeah, we got to visit a couple farms that did wooden clogs and cheese, and you got to see how those were made. 'Cause they still wear those around the farm and stuff.
Would you go again if you could go on a trip like that?
Yeah, I would go again.
Would you recommend it to friends too?
Yeah, I've told my friends about it, and they think it's pretty cool. And then a couple people at my mom's work, her kids, she talked to them about it, and they think it's pretty cool too.
Where did you go?
We went to Switzerland, Germany, the Netherlands, France, Belgium, and England.
What was most memorable about the trip, if anything?
For me, when we went to Switzerland and we got to go up in the Alps, because I have a Swiss heritage, so that was really fun.
Did you do any sports while you were there?
We played field hockey and we did mini golf in Germany. That was fun. We got beat by a bunch of little kids.
What was it about the trip that you might remember the most, if anything?
Just
being able to be in a different country because it was my first time. Just being able to be around people that speak different languages was interesting.
Do you speak any other languages at all?
I'm learning Spanish, but that's it.
Great. Thank you. Did you go to the same places? That
Yeah.
Tell me again where.
There was Switzerland, Belgium, Germany, France, and England, and Holland.
What about the trip do you feel was worthwhile?
Meeting all the cool people from Delaware and New Hampshire we were traveling with, and getting to see the historical pasts of Europe.
Do you feel like it was kind of an educational experience in any way?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we met a guy from British Parliament, and he was very cool. He told us everything, and we didn't get bored.
Good. Good. Do you speak any foreign languages?
No.
No. Was there one country that you liked more than others as far as business?
I liked England the best.
Was that because they speak English there? Or?
A little bit, yeah. We also went on the London Eye, and that was really fun.
Does a trip like that help you get more appreciation for other cultures at all?
Yeah.
In what way do you feel that might be?
Well, first I kind of thought that, all England was about was, like the fish and chips, and had a few historical places. When we went there, I found out there was a whole lot, different foods, and all the people there weren't as different, and there's like the changing of the guard. They didn't have just British soldiers; they had Jamaicans there too, which is pretty cool.
Great. Would you go again if you had the chance?
Yeah.
Thank you.
6 different countries: Germany, Switzerland, France, Belgium, Netherlands, and England.
And what did you feel was worthwhile in making a trip like that?
Just the experience of, visiting the different sites that you only see in textbooks and actually getting to see those places and not just seeing them by picture.
Right. Do you feel like a trip like that helps you better understand other cultures at all?
Yes, I do.
In what way do you feel you might have learned something about them?
Well, after my homestay family, I felt that, I understood better about how different our country is compared to different countries, and that we shouldn't compare, they're so different compared to us, so that makes them just weird.
What sort of differences do you feel there are between our country and the countries that you visited?
I think some of the leisures, the freedom, there's a lot of tradition there, and I feel that European families are trying to keep that tradition, but a lot of teenagers over there, are following different ways and just don't want to follow that kind of tradition.
So they're not sticking with the tradition as much? A lot of the
Yes.
And you feel like here, for example, that tradition is not a big important part of American life? Would that be
I think it is in some situations. If it was like a celebration or a family gathering, that would be one tradition. But keeping just regular things, then I don't think America is really following that. I think that we're trying to spread our own ways and trying to find our own paths.
Is this the first time you've been outside the United States?
Yes,
And would you do it again if you had the chance?
I would. Definitely would.
Would you recommend travel to other people?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
I think my favorite place was probably Belgium.
And why was that?
We didn't spend much time in the city, so we didn't really have any time to explore the entire thing, but we got